Hi everyone, this is Miss Shorn, your art teacher. I miss you all. I made some Play-Doh. Actually, my friend made some Play-Doh, but I sent you the recipe that you can make Play-Doh. So maybe your mommy, your daddy, or somebody, your auntie or your grandma will make you some Play-Doh, and you can make it even out of Kool-Aid, the one that's unsweetened. And this is made out of Kool-Aid instead of food coloring, or you can use food coloring, and it's made with flour and salt and water and something called cream of tartar and the color, like the Kool-Aid color. So this is a green unsweetened Kool-Aid color. And today we're going to learn a clay technique using Play-Doh. Since you don't have clay, we're going to use Play-Doh. So I'm going to take a piece of Play-Doh, maybe about this big. And you can use a tray, but the tray's probably going to move. So I'm going to use my table here. And we're going to make a coil. So you kind of squeeze it in your hands, but don't squeeze really hard so that your fingers go in it like that. Just squeeze it kind of so it looks like a hot dog, like this. Just a little bit of a squeeze. This is a coil. When we roll it with our fingers without pushing too hard, you can even just kind of roll it and push it like this. Watch what happens to the coil. You just push it a little bit. And you could go back and forth too. You want it to stay nice and round. So it works best when you kind of roll it. You want this coil to stay the same thickness. You don't want it to be really skinny here and fat here. So try to make your coil all the same thickness. What's happening to the coil? It was this short, but now it's this long. I'm going to keep rolling it. I wonder how long I can get it. Keep rolling and rolling and rolling. Notice my fingers are like all stretched out. They're not like all scrunched up. They're opened. And I keep rolling it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm not pushing hard. Otherwise, it's going to be really skinny in one place and thick in another place. Now I'm going to go from the left side to the right side and the right side to the left side. Keep rolling it back and forth. Look how long it's getting. What does it remind you of? What if I put a little tongue here? Would that remind you of a snake? But I'm going to make a letter out of this coil. So what is a letter that you know? What letter does your name begin with? If your name is let's see, whose name could we pick? If your name is Jaden, what letter would Jaden start with? Okay, my name is Mersha. I'm going to start with an M. So I think I'm going to need it a little bit longer because an M uses a lot of coils. And I'm going to try to keep it one coil, but you could break it into pieces too. Cut it into pieces. I forgot to get my cutting knife. I guess I'll use my pencil if I cut it. I'm going to start with my M for the left side and go down like a zigzag and go back up and then go down again. And I have the letter M. I could turn it into an animal. I could turn it into a snake. I could stand it up. See how long it stays. It could be a dancing M. Whee! M. What starts with the letter M? Monkey or money? Think of something that starts with a sound. Okay, let's make another letter. This time, I'm gonna roll my coil with one hand till it gets longer. I'm going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Remember, try to keep it the same, pushing the same amount. Don't push really hard or it'll be flat. Just roll it gently without squishing it. Roll it, roll it, roll it, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Roll it, roll it, roll it, back and forth, back and forth. Whoa, it's getting so long. Here we go. Now comes the next letter. It's going to be the first letter of my last name. My last name is Mrs. Shorn. So I'm going to make an S, which also has this S. Letter S has the S sound. Looks like a what? Snake. If I roll his tail a little bit skinnier, and I could take my pencil or your little knife, if you have a plastic knife, and open his mouth, say, "Ah, snake, ah." Oh, there's his mouth. And you could take another color if you have more colors. I just have green right now. Roll a ball in your fingers, rolly, 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 rolly. And I'll put an eye on one side of my snake. And roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. And put another ball on the other side. So, here he is. Whoa. There's his eyes and there's his mouth. Now let me try to make his teeth. I'm going to squeeze it. I got a cut on my finger, so I have a Band-Aid on. Squeeze it. There's one tooth. Squeeze it. This snake has fangs, maybe just on the top. There's his teeth. There's my S. Oops, his eyes fell off. Squish them back on there. Okay. Have fun making your name with coils. When you're all done, you can squish it all back together again into a hot dog. And let's make a gigantic big coil now. I'm going to roll it with two hands. Really fast. Fast, 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 fast. It's getting longer. I wonder how long I can make this one. It's getting longer and longer. Go back and forth to the right, back and forth to the left, back and forth to the right, back and forth to the left, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, I'm getting a big workout. It's still pretty thick. I want it to be thinner. Let's see if I can make something that goes, oh, like owl or ostrich. Or oyster. What else starts with an O? Okay, look how long it is. Whee! It's getting so long. Go back and forth, the left to the right. Oh my goodness, I wonder how long I can make it. I wonder how long yours are going to be made. See if you can make a huge, long coil. You can even make pictures out of your coil too. First I'll make an O, then I'll make a picture. Okay, we're gonna make it all come around to the letter O. Now, what if I make a picture? I'm gonna make a square. Let me first make it a little bit longer. Oh, look how long this coil is. You can do the same thing with clay. Make all kinds of things with coils. Clay comes from the earth. Has lots of special minerals in it. You can add glazes and color to clay, just like we added Kool-Aid or food coloring to our Play-Doh. Wow, this coil is so big it's going off the camera. I wonder if I could make a coil go all the way out to the door. Okay, now I'm going to cut it like this. I'm going to cut one piece like this. Now I want to make the same length. So just as long, I'm going to hold this one up to the next one, cut it. Now I have how many? 1, 2. They're the same length. They're the same. I'm going to hold it up to the other one. I want to make 4. 1, 2, 3. They're all the same length. I'm going to make one more. 4. Okay, now I'm going to make a square because a square has 4 sides that are the same length. Okay, there's my square. Now I'm going to cut my last one in half and make a triangle. Ta-da! Guess what my shape is? A square with a triangle. I made a house. I could take some more clay, roll it into, even I could roll it into a ball. And I can pat it and make a rectangle. Pat it on the sides. Make a rectangle and put it here. Guess what that's gonna be? That's gonna be the door, and I'm gonna put a little ball right there. Oh, there's a handle for the door. You could make so many things with your Play-Doh. I can't wait to see what you make. If you take a picture and send it to me, then I can see it. Otherwise, you could show it to a special person who lives right with you. Bye, everybody. I hope you enjoyed making coils with your clay.